Hello again, this is Dr. Hansen. In this episode, in this video, we're going to talk about how to find an electronic health record. It often depends what kind of practice you're going to be in. There would be a difference of electronic health records whether you would do one for a direct primary care practice or one for an insurance-based practice. Probably the best advice is actually two things. One is to ask colleagues. The second thing is especially colleagues who have changed from one system to the next because they have a compare and contrast mentality. The second thing is to go to medical conferences, go visit the exhibitors and the booths, etc., because they'll often have a few different electronic health record vendors there. That's probably the best way to determine it. However, the electronic health record does multiple things. Besides taking notes, it also involves itself with e-prescribing, with retrieving pharmacy data, etc. And one other thing to point out about electronic health records is that if you're a direct primary care practice that doesn't do any billing except for the monthly drafting, there are some EHRs, a couple in particular, that are exclusively for DPC. In other words, they don't have the stuff for reporting and value-based care, etc. But most EHRs have some sort of billing platform built into them. So if you do have an insurance-based model, you don't need necessarily extra second billing software that many of the EHRs, and you should look for that. Does that EHR have its own embedded software for uploading claims and bills? You're really not going to know how functional an EHR is by spending 20 minutes on a demo. It just doesn't work that way because there's so much pattern recognition and things you just simply get used to that a lot of times you don't really know whether you made the right choice until you're a couple months into it. So I would say one thing to clearly ask, especially of colleagues, is customer support. When you have problems, when you have issues, is it easy to get quick answers? And is there somebody going to explain particular awkward quirks about a system, etc.? Another item to pay careful attention with is, does it have its own embedded AI system? And if so, does that AI system cost more? So some of the modules or some of the benefits of certain EHRs may have added costs to their base. So you want to look for those and get a shopping list of all the things that might be added costs. And then, of course, finally is the cost. Remember, paper charts do quite well, and they always did quite well for a while, but there's a lot of utility in EHRs. However, you don't want to bust your whole budget on EHRs. There's going to be a number of other budget items that you have to deal with. So, of course, cost is a consideration. But check out with colleagues, go to medical conferences and check out the exhibitors and some of their different EHRs they display. That would be the best way to really determine which is right for you. All right, thank you for listening. Bye.